What's up guys, welcome back to Spare Change. In for a review, we've got 1995's Jumanji on 4K Blu-ray. I won't get into plot details, I'm just gonna give my thoughts on the video and audio quality. But first, let's do this unboxing. Now for some tech specs. The movie was shot on 35mm. It has a 4K DI. Runtime is 104 minutes. It's rated PG. Aspect ratio is 185:1. So if you're watching on a TV, you'll get a full screen image. So image quality gets a nice boost over the standard Blu-ray. I could immediately tell a bump in resolution in the shoe factory in Chapter 1. The brick walls, machinery, and other objects were rendered cleaner and sharper over the standard disc. Close-ups looked excellent with fine details present, with skin tones looking natural and rich. The CG effects are now cleaner and sharper, but also show their age. They can be laughable at times, and the practical effects like the spiders or that lion look like toys or stuffed animals trying to be scary. HDR usage brought out better depth and dimension to the exterior shots, with color saturation getting a nice boost in the primary hues. Specular highlights popped up often and were extremely bright and vibrant. Although there were some instances I thought the whites ran a little bit hot and were overblown. This movie was shot on film, so if you're not a fan of film grain, you may want to pass on this one, because there's a fair amount of it throughout the entire runtime. Fine! Take it! Audio gets a fresh Dolby Atmos mix, and I found it to be pretty engaging and very active. The shoe factory in Chapter 1 has a very wide soundstage with the sound of factory workers and machinery echoing throughout the entire room, with ambient noises sounding detailed and lifelike. Chapter 4 has some great surround envelopment when those mosquitoes show up. You can hear those things buzzing above your head and past your ears. It's a pretty decent effect and puts the overhead channels to great use. The stampede sequence in Chapter 10 has some very good low-end buildup and hard-hitting bass when those elephants and the rhinos crash through the wall. Soundstage was always very expansive and wide, and dialogue was always sharp and crisp. So for audio, I'd have to give it an 8.5. This mix was fun and provided a great bubble of surround that many newer movies just don't have. I would have liked a slightly cleaner sound, but this is an older movie. But for its age, this new mix sounds great. For video, I'd have to go with an 8. Image is tighter and more refined, but I felt some of the whites ran a bit hot, and there is a fair bit of grain that can soften the image at times. This is a must if you're a fan of the movie, and it's never looked better. If you're interested in picking this up, I've left a link in the description down below. By using those links, it does help out the channel, which helps me bring out more content to you guys. Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you guys again in the next video.